Hey, what's up guys? Jason from Cog Hill Farm, and I'm going to show you a typical day or weekend here on the farm. Let's go. This is generally, this is what I do just about every single day here. And yeah, I thought it'd be cool to show you. Got a wild persimmon tree. This thing's loaded every year. I'm gonna try to make a cobbler or something out of these this year. Now we do got a lot of mouths to feed around here, and typically this is the majority of the time that we spend with the animals is feeding and watering. But they typically they take care of themselves, you know, once they get old enough. But the first ones I feed every morning are Tip and Boots, because Tip generally puts up the most racket. Now, the goats, I just feed them just a regular, and I use a medicated goat feed because I don't have room to rotate them out, and I don't want them to get sick. So, you know, I do use a medicated feed on them until they get big enough, or she gets big enough. I don't think I can milk Tip, but until they get big enough to milk, and then we'll change. We'll take them off the medicated feed. I do put some goat minerals on top of their feed, and I add DE just for insurance. But we still have to worm them from time to time. We just watch them, but I do add the DE to the food. Next on the list are American guinea hogs. Now I just keep their feed over here in the feed barrel, which makes it a lot easier. I do have troughs that I put the feed in, but they're so crazy, and they all so I just kind of spread the food out to get them away from the trough so I can fill the little pans up. They don't eat that much. I've done this before on the guinea hog. They don't eat that much. Roughly a cup per pig a day. And we give them a lot of scraps. They get a lot of scraps. That's Big Daddy. Next on the list is going to be the meat birds, and we're gonna move them too. So I know they're gonna be hungry this morning. So we'll get them some food. And again, I got their barrels. I talked about this before, but these feed barrels save us so much time. Try to keep them as close to everything as we can. Y'all look at this. Look at Foxy and Tucker the cat. Having a little fun this morning. Oh, I forgot to mention our pigs. We feed them a non-GMO pig feed. And I do put some DE on their food as well. Don't hit the camera, guys. I'm yours. The #1 rule about owning this electric netting: be sure it's off. We run our meat chickens on this whole area. This is kind of a wooded part. It's not that much grass here, but there's a lot of weeds, there's a lot of bugs, there's a lot of leaves, there's a lot of stuff here. This is kind of like a forest area. Then, down here is the grassy green pasture area, so they get best of both worlds. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you see our property, look, we're surrounded by woods all the way around. Everything is woods, 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 woods. The only thing is really not woods, is this little area where we live, kinda. My free-range egg layers spend the majority of their day in the woods, scratching around. My chickens, if pasture or woods or forest, they pick the forest. And I think that's probably because, you know, a chicken is a bird from the jungle, so ancestors are. So it's just probably in their DNA. Let's move some birds. What I'm gonna do is they're probably pretty hungry. They're at that piranha stage. So we're gonna bring their feeders out, fill them up, make them come out, and then I'm gonna move the tractor. Almost everybody's out. There's a few that's not. I want them to come further down, but they're coming. Well, this is not working as well as I planned. So, plan B. Plan B is to do the best you can. Now, see, easy. Plus that tractor's so easy to move. Almost forgot. Rule #2 of owning a poultry netting: don't forget to turn it on. We feed our meat chickens a non-GMO starter grower. It's around 18%. Well, it is 18%. It takes us a little bit longer than what you read. It generally takes us roughly 8 to 10 weeks, and it depends on variables, the weather, gosh, all kinds of stuff. But that's typically it. 8 to 10 weeks. That's us. I know some people can knock them out in 6, but ours take a little bit longer, and we kind of like that. We think it gives it more flavor, but I don't know, just what we do. Let's continue on. Up next is we have another small batch of meat birds in the brooder right now. So we need to check on them. See how things are going with them. Water's good. They all look good. These are a little bit smaller. All right, a good bit smaller. They're probably 2 weeks behind. You can see them hold it up in the corner. But it's 80 degrees in here. And we started cutting the lights off now, slowly, because you want them to get acclimated and adjusted to the weather. You don't want these things under a light for 3-4 weeks and then throw them outside in the pasture. That wouldn't be good. So, but since it's a small batch, they're not eating that much and their feed looks good. And we can kind of control the temperature the best we can. We got windows all the way around this thing. And, you know, last night we had half of them on, half of them off. We had the big light on up. The big light's still on. I took all the windows off except this one. And probably in a few hours we'll cut that big light off. Now, time to let the crazies out. The free rangers. Now we will, since we got ducks, geese, everything, I'll throw out either some old produce, lettuce, some scratch, something to keep those geese and ducks full because they eat so darn much. So I can go in there and feed the laying hens with our non-GMO laying pellets. And that's why you see them just bum rush out, because they know I'll throw something out there. And today they're getting some old bread. Are y'all ready for the running of the Cog Hill chickens and ducks and geese? They saw me. They see me throw the bread out, the old bread this morning. Look, they're ready. Hey guys and gals, y'all ready? All right. If you're new to our channel and you haven't seen this yet, well, enjoy. And if you're not new to the channel, enjoy as well. It never gets old. So while they're out there checking out the old leftover bread we had, I'm coming in here into their coop, and this is where I keep my feed barrel of the non-GMO laying pellet, and I'll put some out in here. Even though they are free range birds, they got full range of our property, we still like to give them some grain just in case there's some kind of mineral or vitamin or something they may not be getting that they can probably get out of this non-GMO feed. Some ladies have made it in. Now, y'all remember my coop? These bad boys are doing good. But I need to check their feed and water too. Water's full. Their feed's on the inside. I think I told y'all this, but if you don't remember my video when I built this thing, you can see that door right there. That goes inside the barn, and there's a coop area built in there, and there's some more feed and water in there, and they come in and out. But that water is full. Now after I do all that, I'll go back around and check waters. And you're probably wondering, why didn't you do the water then? Well, because these guys are hungry. They see me feeding one group, especially the pigs, the goats, and you saw them chickens. They were busting to get out. So they're anxious, they're hungry, they see me feeding somebody else, so I just go ahead and feed them all, and then I'll come back around and check waters. Jet! For almost all our poultry, we love these automatic bale watering systems. We all got 5-gallon buckets on it. Excuse the mess, I clean this off every day, but we got chickens that roost up here at night, so, you know, it happens. But this is what we use. And then every single water you'll see bottles of organic raw apple cider vinegar that I keep by the waters, and I just pour a little bit in the water every day. That one's full. We usually fill them up at night too. So on the tip, check tip, and boots water. Tipper! Tip. How was breakfast this morning, buddy? How was your breakfast? You can see tip and boots water. It's good. Let's go check the piggies. And the pig water's good. And you may be wondering, the pig water, where was your automatic pig water? Y'all, I can't keep the thing from leaking. I got to come up with a different idea. I mean, it just leaks. Where the nipples are, where it screws into the barrel, it just leaks. No matter how much silicone I put on it, it keeps leaking. So, but I hadn't got to that yet, and that'll be... The meat chickens typically always fill their buckets up. The only thing, sun's in my eyes, the only thing about these things is the water. We do have, two 5-gallon buckets up there, and for the most part they last, you know, a good part of the day. But the water hose, there's really no water hose super close by, so we have to put a bunch of water hose together and kind of drag it around. But it's not that bad. The only part is we have to walk maybe a long ways to cut the water on, but it is what it is. And you know, heck, I need to exercise. Rule number 1 about owning electric netting, you know what it is. And rule number 2, I really can't stress enough, keeping plenty of water for your meat chickens. Those things were, one of them was 80% full, the other one was 75% full, but I still topped it off. If you got your water on and you're close by, top it off, because these guys drink a lot of water. It's early in the morning. They really hadn't started getting going yet, but when they do, they're gonna drink a lot of water. Always remember that. Lots of water for your meat chicken. And how much do they enjoy being outside? Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So, next on the list, I really need to go check on these chicks we have in the barn. Make sure they got plenty of food and water. I have a 2-story level brooder. This all used to be 1 story, but this up here was just so much wasted space. So I came up with this idea to add another one so we can raise 2 different, you know, age group chicks if need be. And that's what we got going on here. We got some Polishes and French hens up here. Down here are the ones my daughter hatched out that go in and out into the new coop. And we're just gonna check the feed and water. Got a little Polish. Everything's good. Now off to the Bantam coop, or my daughter's coop. It's more than Bantams in there, so I don't even call it the Bantam coop anymore. Here is my daughter's coop. I'm gonna quit calling it a Bantam coop because there's way more than Bantams in here. I mean, we got Muscovies and Muscovy babies. That's why it's so messy here, because we have ducks. That is a fairly new duck. I think that's a buff. You can see her Mandarin male duck there, her female wood duck over there, her 2 peacocks right there, and then some of her favorite chickens, a red pile bantam. I can't remember what this is. I'll ask her and I'll put it up here because I have no clue. And I mean, her favorite chickens go in here. What's up, red pile? This is a 1-legged silver wandite that she felt sorry for. That's why I said here. Hey, babies. That's a Millie Fleur. I think that's how you say it. Of course, her peacocks. The male Millie Fleur. Spinner is somewhere in here. There's Spinner. Yep, Spinner's sitting on eggs. Spinner! She's in the back corner right there. Anyways, they look like they all got feed. The water looks good. And while I'm over here in this area where my daughter's coop is, this is where my pig fence charger is. And just like to check it and make sure everything's okay with it. And we are full power. Now, if it wasn't full power, then I would start walking around and see where I can find out where it's shorting out at. Well, that's it pretty much for the morning routine, the morning chores we do. So now just continue out the day that we normally would, whatever that may be. And then this evening, we'll come back and do the evening chores. All right, it's getting evening time. We're gonna walk around. Basically, in the evening time, it's kind of reverse of what we did, except usually we don't feed anybody. We may give the goats some feed every now and then just to keep them quiet. But other than that, check waters, make sure everybody looks okay. Oh, gotta get eggs. Gotta get eggs for the evening. Then we gotta make sure everybody goes up, and that's the free range chickens and the Cornish chickens. So let's get started on the evening time. We're gonna walk around and make sure all the waters are full. Pigs are good. Pigs' waters are good. They're completely full. Cornish water. Y'all know the rules. As it gets darker in the evening, I'll come back and close the Cornishes up. They'll go up. They're not up right now. They're still daylight outside, so they're gonna stay out as long as they can. They sure do enjoy that outside. We got Tip and Boots. Check their water, and they're gonna need some. Y'all ever own goats? Goats are particularly peculiar about their water. They really, really are. You know, people assume goats that eat about anything, and which is not true. Goats are really finicky and semi-picky eaters too. We'll check on the meat chickens, the ones we got in the brooder here, they're a little bit smaller. Make sure they're okay. Make sure they got water. We check the waters throughout the day, and they're good on water. Let's check their feed. Oh yeah. Feed's okay. They're okay. So we're all good there. I tell you, I'm gonna try and get these. See if I can get these free rangers up. My free range chickens. Got a few that didn't go up. That's typical. They'll come and then they'll roost right here, and then I'll pick them up and put them inside. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. And as always, share us with your friends and family. Hey, y'all have a wonderful day. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Be good. Time to put the Cornishes up.